You're such an asshole.
It's morning time in Cappy World. Cappy's got his coffee that was cold because I had to answer an email response. And this isn't even a request. This is a bit of a thank you note. Let me see if I'll read through it here. I don't want to identify the individual. Um, I've been continuously recommending one of your books. I'm gonna really try to keep you anonymous because I don't want to ruin your social life here. You've been trying to recommend a book. Thank you so much for writing this book. It is, I believe, opening many eyes. I know you value brevity, so just want to say that I enjoy your webcast. Oh yeah, I read this on we did a fan mail on the previous thing. I said, thanks. He invited me out to his neck of the woods. I said, rarely do I get to that part of the country. He says if I ever get to Vegas, oh, what's this? Oh, you and I share an interest. So if you're there in Vegas for one of the conventions that you and I share an interest in, you'll come out. P.S. I also recommend Curse of the High IQ to different people. And here's the part I want to talk about. A person I know, I won't say how. A person that you know that this person knows is a female who's is 47, never married, no kids, and thinking about freezing her eggs. The level of delusion is staggering. I had to like sit and think this. do you girls look? I know we weren't all paying attention in whatever the 6th grade. Okay. By that time, whatever sheen or excitement about going to school is long gone. I didn't like school like after the 2nd day of kindergarten. First day, probably, I was like, what? 13 years of this with those people? I don't mean the students. I mean the groomers that were called teachers. They didn't groom us in that sense. They groomed us in a political sense. I know after the first couple of years, school is not interesting anymore. And a lot of us are not paying attention to whatever the teachers say by the 6th grade. But I do remember, and it wasn't even for my team, that you run out of eggs. That there was this thing called menopause, that the girls run out of eggs and you can't have children anymore. And maybe I got to think about this differently. Maybe I just had a thought. It's pointless to yell at these women. It is. I'm sorry, ladies. A very small percentage of you are empirical. Take agency. Say, what are the rules of society? What's reality? I think corporations, political parties, whoever it is, they have made a fortune off of you, lying to you, telling you can't have your cake and eat it too, lying to you about the realities of the world. But maybe I'm trying. I don't want to yell at the moon and like, why don't you get it? But maybe in understanding it differently, I won't be confused anymore. I mean, your problem's still going to be the same. You're still going to have the same problem. You're living lies, which you can't live lies. You just fail. Living lies is the euphemistic way of saying you're failing. You're not acknowledging reality, and your decisions are ineffective, and you're wasting your life out of it. You're just failing. But maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. I should take the economist approach to it. You girls, we know this with polling. This is the fact. You girls are just not that interested in having kids. Like, it's not. Maybe that's where normal people who are sane, would probably view having kids as a very important decision, a very weighty decision, probably the most important decision you're ever going to make in your life. And therefore, the gravitas of that decision would indicate that kids are very important to you if you want to have them. But if we look at polling data, girls are very lukewarm about having kids. Am I right? You're very flippant, almost indifferent. So whereas bringing another human being, having my son or daughter, into this world would be, I don't want kids, but that would be a pretty big response. I'd be like, well, my entire life would be dedicated to that, making sure that kid was brought up right. Maybe I answered my question. Given how most of you gals generally outsource your kids to other people to take care of them, you really don't care that much about having kids. I mean, you might want to have the kids, right? You might want to have the kids. I've said this before, like, you have a nice SUV. It's a consumer item. It's a status symbol. It's a thing. It's not another human being that needs love and investment from their parents. Maybe that's what it is. I think I answered my question. You girls want to have kids, like, like I want to have a 72 Mach 1 Mustang. Oh, it'd be nice, but it's not all that important. And it must not be that important because you didn't pay attention. If it was important to you, if something is important to you, you'll study it and figure it out. Like, men will study the red pill to figure out women. Women will go to great lengths to get the right makeup and consume copious amounts of online digital articles, media on how to, I don't know, do your eye makeup or what. Like, people choose to inform themselves about the things that are important to them. And the complete cluelessness about basic human biology, specifically menopause, the fact so many women are getting caught with their pants down and having no more eggs. She ain't got no eggs, all dried up. The fact it got to that point and you didn't know about basic human biology to the point you're 47 and now it's time to think about freezing your eggs. You know what it's like? I got it, guys. I figured it out. The boomers, remember when I used to teach finance classes? I still have a finance class called Achieving Financial Excellence. It's available on teachable.com. Search the Clear School of Economic Philosophy. I do in-person ones before the interwebs. And no, these are the online classes. And I'd also say, hey, introduce yourselves. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And like half the class, well, I'm 58. I finally paid off my children's student loans for stupid, laughably dumb degree. It's time to get serious about retirement. I'm like, how much money you got saved up? Oh, we're just starting. It's like, you're 58 and you're just starting. You're working until you're dead. Obviously, retirement planning was not that important to you. Obviously not. You would have known, oh, I got to start in my 20s or 30s whenever I start getting money. And women, I nailed it. See what happens when we just sit down and take the time to figure some things out and think about, wait a minute, I'm not getting something here. Just as retirement planning was not important to boomers, having children is not important. Well, that's Gen X, 47. That's my age. Holy gray hairs, lady. It wasn't that important to you. It got it. More proof women just aren't that interested in having families. They're not. Oh, they'll cry. Oh, I always wanted children. No, it was by decisions and empirical action put forth in your past. It was more important to, and it's verified by polling data, career, finances, housing, living life, figuring out who you are, living on your own. These are all the polling data. You can find out what more priorities. It wasn't that important to you. And now, see, that's the problem. For us healthy, normal thinking people, we look at it and say, well, children is kind of a very, if not the most life important decision. It's not that important, not only in terms of priority, but they don't care. That's probably what it is. Am I right? What percentage of people actually raise their damn kids? And by the way, I'm equally critical of men because you men are just, okay, whatever. I got some peace leave. You'll offer like, hey, shouldn't someone? It's shocking how cowardly and spineless you men are. Shouldn't someone stay home and raise the kids? You're disgusting, American men. You're disgusting. You're sad, weak sacks of filth. Shut up. I don't even have kids, and I'm like, is anyone going to think of the children? I know it's a meme. I know it's a saying. I know what's her name, Reverend Lovejoy's wife would say, "Oh, please think of the children." No one cares. It's not that important. It's like my Mach 172 Mustang. No, but I'm not gonna it's on par with, well, I'd like to get ice cream today, but they're all out of ice cream. So I guess I'll get chocolate cake instead. That's how indifferent everyone is. Either men raising the children, telling the wife someone's staying home to raise the child, or that's what it is. Girls are just not that interested. And for those of us who think logically and normally, that's a kid. Human life. Now, I'm no big pro-lifer. I'm not actually pro-choice. But if you're going to make it past the finish line, maybe you might want to invest in the child a little bit. Nah, not if it comes to it. It's just priorities. You erroneously assume these people place the same value and importance on raising a child, having a child, as you would. They don't. It is a thing. It's an accessory. It's a fashion. It's a check mark. It's a box that needs to be checked. That's why everyone's like, what? Menopause? Lisa needs braces. Menopause. Lisa needs braces. And then it won't be too tragic. Oh, they'll cry maybe. I don't know. But no one admits that they cry about that stuff. But that's what it is. That's how you get to the point like, what are you talking about? This is same thing, guys. It's not that I had the answer the entire time. Why are women all getting overweight and dressing like guys and not putting they want men. You would think love is that important. You would think the pursuit of the opposite sex is that important. It's not. It's just not that. They say it. We have the historical context and therefore the psychological predisposition to think, well, marriage and children's pretty important. Falling in love, the opposite, that's pretty important. No, it isn't. Not to them. It's not that important. Dang it. I should have. Oh, now you got to freeze your. Okay. All right, ladies, have fun. 47, gonna freeze your eggs. Oh. All right. Me, Mike, $2. She got no eggs. No more eggs by Aaron Celery. Yes. We should. Somebody who's a musician, let's put that to music. She ain't got no eggs. No more eggs. She ain't got no. I don't know how I got that little ditty. Me, Mike, $5. I'm already envisioning your world acclaim hit. She's no eggs, no mas eggs on all the hot red pea content creators soundboards. Hit it, Rolo, my. Oh wait, Kevin, he did Thought Mommy in the Club. That was good. That was a good production. She don't need a babysitter. She don't need a babysitter. She don't need a babysitter. Ain't no babysitter. Oh, Generation Apollo, $5 again. We've advanced enough in the material sciences that we should now be more focused on the quality of lives versus the quantity. No, people. Yeah, we should. Yes, should. People are just looking to not work. That's it. That is most of humans' existence in the West right now, especially is avoiding work. You're going to say, what did you do? What did you spend most of your research? Did you build a great family? Did you build a great career or a great empire? Did you have some great adventures? No, I spent most of my time avoiding work. That's it. That's what they're going to do. Good luck getting them to pursue something as noble as that. All right, there you guys go. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.